Okay guys, this is just going to be a quick walkthrough of how our standard operating system is currently organized and currently working. So it's all built in Google Drive. You can see here I'm in the TTI standard operating folder. That's the Tucci International standard operating folder. Um, Inside this folder there's 5 documents. The first one is the SOD, which is our master standard operating document. And then there's the individual SOPs that are relevant for the whole company, important documents, any draft experimental documents, and then a link to a folder with all the different departments, standard operating folder. So each department is set up exactly like the main one is. So if we go into marketing, you can see the same 4 items. There's drafts experimental, important documents and dashboards, SOPs, and then the standard operating document for that department. So this was kind of mixed up and hard to organize, so we've just gone back and reorganized it and standardized it, which both makes it easier for people in other departments to figure out where they can find stuff across departments, and also makes it easier for us to hire and bring on new people since the format is standardized and it's easier to understand. So I'm going to kind of walk through the process of how you create a new document and how an SOP gets made. So in this case I'm going to do our newsletter. So if you wanted to make a new newsletter, you'd go into the appropriate folder. So in this case the newsletter is marketing, so I'm in the marketing folder in the drafts experimental. Everything starts in the drafts experimental folders. You can see this is full of tons of documents, which just started with someone doing something and jotting down a few notes on the process. And then when that gets built out into something substantial or something that's actually worth including in our SOD, it gets moved out of here and either into the important documents or the SOP folder. So if this was the first time we were sending out the newsletter, I'd create a document in here. And I might just type up a few notes about what the newsletter does, how I put it together. So put it together in Campaign Monitor. Had 2 sections, one on the new podium, one on the new locking key box. Have the designer do 2 custom photos and send it out at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. So this might be version 1 of the TVS newsletter SOP. And so every time we execute this SOP, it gets built out. So this is actually pretty similar to what version 1 looked like, and I'm going to show you what the current incarnation looks like. So we've been doing this for a while now. You can see there's a standard format here that we use. So at the top of every document there's why, where, when, and who. That way when someone comes in the SOP of the document, they can know just some general context, why this document exists, where it's executed, when it's executed, and who executes it. One thing that's useful we started doing is, this is a pretty long one at this point. So if you will go up here, you can insert a table of contents, and it automatically pulls in the header tags. You can see this should be a header tag. And I'll refresh it, and it will auto short. So these are H1s, this is an H2, and so you can easily get through the document. So at this point we've got our entire process, how we determine content, how we write the subject line, step by step by step for everything that gets done, our final checklist, the template we use to draft it, best practices and split test results from tests we've run. We have a resources section for random thoughts, articles that are useful, and then detailing some of the split tests down here. So what started as something a lot like this, every time it was executed, got built out on a little bit more, and turned into what you see here. Once it reaches this point, and it's robust enough and it's got all the details, it passes the off-the-street test, which is someone that's generally competent in their field can come in and execute on this. We include it in the SOD. So in this case, it's a marketing SOP. So if I go back over here to the marketing SOD inside the marketing standard operating folder, you'll be able to see under email, we have TVS marketing SOPs, TVS newsletter SOP, it's included here. It's linked to, so you can open it up straight from there. All our documents in the SOD conform to one of 5 different templates, and I can share links with these. That's the department SOD, so that's how the individual SODs are organized for each department. What an SOP is organized like, which is what this is. It's got the why, where, when, who, the name across the top, which matches up here with the name of the document, and then discussion notes. So when we have discussions, people will jot down notes in the date. So you can see here there's a couple dates. They have the same section about why this is taking place, and then any relevant notes to that discussion. And then important documents and dashboards are kind of spillovers. They're not SOPs, but there's something value or important. This could be like a password spreadsheet. If there's like industry research done and turned into a spreadsheet, all those would come in here, and they're the same basic format. They just have a why, where, when, who, and are included in the SOD. So the other thing I wanted to explain is how we handle the sharing and who has access to which documents. Our main operating folder is shared with everyone in the company, so everyone in the company has access to all the SOPs and important documents that are used in the company. The exceptions to that are if there's a specific document that's privileged information and you don't want everyone seeing. The people that need to see that just keep it in their individual Google Drives and don't put it in the operating folder, since once it's in the operating folder, everyone will be able to see it. And then also when working with contractors, we just share the relevant information with them. So if someone's just executing on one SOP, we'll only share that SOP with them. And if someone, say, like our paid traffic consultant, he has access to the whole marketing standard operating folder. But it wouldn't be relevant, obviously, for him to have access to, say, our China folder.